CoinGecko is a global leader in tracking cryptocurrency data. Operating since 2014, CoinGecko has built the world's largest cryptocurrency data platform, tracking over 6,000 tokens across more than 400 exchanges, serving over 100 million page views in more than 100 countries. We are proud to have played a major part in mainstream awareness, adoption, and education of cryptocurrency globally. We at CoinGecko believe that cryptocurrency and blockchain will define the future of finance, bringing greater financial and economic freedom around the world. In anticipation of that future, CoinGecko is building the foundation in order to scale cryptocurrency market data to serve billions. Welcome to Cosmos. Cosmos is a rapidly expanding ecosystem of independent interconnected blockchains, built using developer-friendly application components and connected with groundbreaking IBC, inter-blockchain communication, protocol. There are currently more than 265 apps and services in the Cosmos network, including Binance Chain, Terra, Crypto.org, and Cosmos Hub, with over $46 billion of digital assets under management. We believe in interoperability and autonomy over silos and monopolies, collaboration and innovation over competition and status quo. Rather than a web in which value is created by so many yet captured by so few, that value must be exchanged, stored, and secured between parties, without relying on centralized servers. Cosmos is the first fully free platform to enable this, empowering developers worldwide. With Cosmos, developers can choose to build entirely autonomous application-specific blockchains that can easily interconnect. This means that, unlike with other leading blockchains today, they are no longer forced to exist as smart contracts on someone else's chain. They can opt out of high transaction fees and network congestion, make their own rules, and scale for mainstream adoption. This has massive implications for the future of decentralized finance, DeFi, non-fungible tokens, NFTs, gaming, autonomous organizations, social networks, marketplaces, and the sustainable growth of blockchain technology, the Internet of Value, and the ownership economy in which everyone has a stake. Instead of 1 million blockchain apps competing for throughput on a single base layer, why not 1 million blockchain apps interconnected across 1 million sovereign blockchains? This is what's possible with Cosmos. Organizations. Cosmos gives your community the power to organize and allocate resources to its members. Individuals can use tokens to vote on impactful decisions that govern their own community. Imagine having transparency into how your local government spends your tax money, and even voting on where it goes. Social networks. Free flow of information and freedom of expression have been hindered by centralized platforms censoring and filtering content, and extracting value from their users. Cosmos empowers communities to build autonomous social networks in which every user can have a voice, create value, and benefit from the value creation of others. Marketplaces. With Cosmos, developers can create exchanges and marketplaces allowing for permissionless global trade. They can create autonomous application-specific blockchains rather than smart contracts on someone else's chain. This frees users from high transaction fees and network congestion and makes DeFi accessible to all. Games. Cosmos allows game developers to create unique collectibles and character upgrades that they can monetize without third-party approval or App Store fees. Through NFTs, these digital assets live forever, providing lasting value for gamers and creating endless opportunities. The economic center of Cosmos. At the core of the Internet of Blockchains is the Cosmos Hub, the economic center of Cosmos, secured by its native Atom token. The Cosmos Hub was the first blockchain to launch on the Cosmos network, the first of hundreds of thousands of blockchains, working with one another and enriched by their connections. The Cosmos Hub is designed to be a service provider to the chains that connect to it, a vast decentralized marketplace that provides a wealth of value-added services, such as shared security, a decentralized interchain exchange, bridges to Ethereum, ETH, and Bitcoin, BTC, and secure custodianship of digital assets. All these services create powerful incentives for other sovereign chains to connect and transfer assets to the Cosmos Hub, driving its utility. Just like a port city is valued by the amount of trade that flows through it, the Cosmos Hub's value is measured by the blockchain economies that conduct business on the hub through IBC. Secured by the Atom. The Atom token is the native token of the Cosmos Hub. In return for securing the hub services by staking Atom, transaction fees and staking rewards are distributed to the Cosmos Hub. These rewards are set to exponentially increase with the introduction of additional services, such as the Interchain Decentralized Exchange, Gravity DEX, and Interchain Staking, which will allow staked Atom to secure other blockchains in the ecosystem. Cosmos was created in 2014 by developers Jaquan and Ethan Buckman with the goal to create the Internet of Blockchains, which is a universe of blockchains that are interoperable with one another. The ecosystem is built based on a hub and zone model, with application-specific blockchains such as Osmosis, Terra, and Sentinel. To learn more about Cosmos, check out our latest article here. Those of you who have explored the Cosmos ecosystem may already be familiar with Kepler Wallet, the browser extension wallet for the Cosmos Atom ecosystem. The Kepler Wallet is the go-to wallet for transfers and staking for many blockchains in the Cosmos ecosystem, including the Cosmos Hub, as well as Osmosis, OSMO, Secret Network, SCRT, Crypto.org, CRO, and more. The Cosmos Hub is powered by a proof-of-stake consensus method that uses validators rather than miners to validate transactions. This means that transaction validators across the network validate based on how much a stake they pledge to the operation of the network. The more cryptocurrency a validator stakes, the more often it'll be chosen to propose new blocks, thereby increasing the amount of staking rewards over time. The process of committing your assets to the validator of the blockchain is commonly referred to as a staking. In the Cosmos ecosystem, participants can stake their Atom to generate yield, participate in governance, and secure the network, which we will elaborate more in the article later. How to choose a validator. Before you start staking, it makes sense to first choose a validator. As of March 13, 2022, Cosmos Hub has 150 validators in the active set, and picking a validator from this broad list can be difficult. While I can't tell you which validator is better, I can provide you with some considerations to take note of while you make your decision. 1. Uptime. Perhaps one of the more important factors to look out for is the validator's consistent uptime. Validators with inconsistent uptime have a higher probability of getting slashed, described more below, as a result of not following protocol rules. For Atom, slashing parameters are set to 5% for double signs, and 0.01% if a validator misses 95% of blocks in a rolling 10,000 block window. For example, assuming that your delegator double signs, 5% of your delegated atoms will be slashed and you will be automatically unbonded from the validator. Since slashing also affects delegators, it is critical to select your validators based on their credibility and the security of their infrastructure. Below shows Dokio Capital, a good example of a validator with consistent uptime. 2. Skin in the game. Skin in the game refers to how much of the validator stake belongs to the validator's address. Validators that have their skin in the game are typically trusted more, since having their own stake in its validator demonstrates both the validator's dedication and their confidence in the network. However, validators with a low self-bonded rate do not necessarily mean they don't have skin in the game. Most of the time, these validators have several accounts from which they nominate themselves, so they still risk losing their assets if they get slashed. To check validator's self-bonded rate, click here. Below is an example of stake.fish, the current #1 validator on Cosmos Hub. About Chain is a blockchain-based technology company on a mission to enable a smarter and more connected economy. We build cryptographic ledgers and cloud infrastructure that underpin transformative financial products and Web3 services. Founded in 2014, Chain has raised over $40 million in funding from Khosla Ventures, Pantera Capital, Capital One, Citigroup, Fiserv, Nasdaq, Orange, and Visa. In 2018, Stellar acquired Chain to form Interstellar, a commercial arm of the Stellar Foundation. In 2020, Chain was reacquired to continue its mission to build a more robust, global financial system through blockchain and cloud technology. CoinDesk's annual Consensus Festival took over the streets of Austin, Texas last weekend, and enthusiasm was high despite recent downtrends in the crypto markets. Chain returned to its first in-person consensus event this year since the pandemic, and was welcomed by attendees from all over the world who share an equal passion for blockchain technology. Chain got the ball rolling early this year and set up their sport court, about half a block from the Austin Convention Center on Thursday. Visitors had access to an open bar, food trucks, and provided open seating for speaking engagements sponsored by CoinDesk. Guest speaker Spencer Dinwiddie, a star player from the Dallas Mavericks, joined the conversation at the sport court to discuss his belief in crypto, investing into emerging financial markets, and his journey to becoming an innovator in the blockchain space. To kick off the excitement on Thursday, Chain offered guests at Consensus a chance to shoot to win for 1 Bitcoin at the sport court. The lucky player who scored the first 3-point shot was rewarded with 1 Bitcoin every night for 3 days. Chain CEO, Deepak Topliyal, matched the 3 Bitcoin giveaway by donating to Feeding Texas, an organization focused on helping families who are in need of food and resources that have been affected by the recent inflation surge. Chain firmly believes in providing support to communities and organizations worldwide who are facing economic hardships. In response to recent layoffs in the crypto space, Chain's team joined the Talent Hub to help guests launch their careers in the Web3 space. Chain's Chief Marketing Officer, Mike Herron, gave audience members at the Talent Hub insight on the job opportunities available for marketing and communications professionals in the Web3 and blockchain industry. Herron was joined by Chain's HR and recruiting team on Friday and Saturday, so members in attendance could learn more about the career opportunities at Chain. Chain has been vocal about their active search in recruiting star talent, and continues to encourage recently laid-off employees from crypto companies to join their rapidly growing team. As talks of Web3 and blockchain innovations filled the air at Consensus, attendees were able to stop into the main showroom at the Austin Convention Center and get a personalized profile picture created by one of Chain's automated bots. Guests were able to take home a special memorabilia of their time at Consensus by getting an original artwork based on their NFT profile picture or animated photo of their choice. It's safe to say that Chain's weekend at Consensus 2022 was one to remember. The support from the crypto community is still alive, and the future is looking bright for the space. Chain plans to continue building its products to help Web3 pioneers scale their products and services, while serving the community any way they can. Chain has reviewed market data from the flash crash of XCN prior to the price stabilizing on cryptocurrency exchanges. We have observed irregular market movements that had occurred at approximately 1 o'clock Singapore time, which after investigating was primarily started due to a market maker configuration error and API error. Due to this, the price of XCN began to drop in large percentiles, causing a cascading low-volume sell pattern. As this took place, corresponding bids became stuck via API orders, thus creating downward pressure on the trading markets through margin liquidations with low liquidity causing other markets to react in parallel to arbitrage. Due to the issues at hand and overall market conditions in the cryptocurrency markets, the price of XCN continued to trend downward to the point where over 500 million XCN in margins were called and liquidated. The flash crash enabled risk parameters on the exchanges and the market making, including the disabled deposit and withdraw functionality, in order to prevent the ability for users to quickly arbitrage the trade, and to ensure user safety from the possibility of a breach or hack, so that normality could be restored. Action was taken swiftly to protect users. by approximately 3 o'clock Singapore time. The team had conferred with market participants as well as exchanges and was confident the issues at hand were not from a breach, nor hack, but from a technical and margin liquidating issue. Thereafter, we made a public statement that we were investigating the matter and had come to some initial conclusions, contrary to third-party negative statements that were hastily made. Shortly after, the market deposits and withdrawals reopened and exchanges enabled users to arbitrage trades, along with the restoration of market-making services. XCN immediately recovered the price point to a more appropriate, current market percentile drop. At this point in time, the market has stabilized and trading is considered to be normal. Disclaimers. As information continues to be gathered, the above synopsis is subject to change. Chain token XCN was issued and distributed by Chain, a corporation located in St. Kitts and Nevis, and is bound by the arbitration agreement located on chain.com/legal. XCN tokens are not securities, investments, or investment contracts, nor should they be construed as such. Rather, XCN tokens are a means of accessing discounts on Sequence, paying for invoices, accessing premium services, and voting for community-based programs. Materials published by Chain do not constitute the provision of advisory services regarding investment, tax, legal, financial, accounting, consulting, securities offering, or any other related services, nor are they recommendation being provided to buy, sell, or purchase any product or service. Further, materials published by Chain reflect the information available as of the time of publishing and are subject to change at any time without notice. Do not purchase XCN for any speculative purposes and only purchase units of XCN that you intend to utilize and consume on the Chain ecosystem. Chain will not be liable for any direct or consequential loss arising out of the use of this material or its contents. Chain announced today that it has burned over 15 billion Chain tokens, XCN, representing 22.39% of the total supply. This amount contains the entire Chain rewards distribution allocation. The Chain reward distribution allocation was designed to be a cashback allocation rewarding users on Chain's products. At writing, the value of this burn is estimated to be $2.6 billion. Initially, XCN was issued an incentive used to access discounts, pay invoices, and unlock premium features in Chain's flagship product, Sequence. With the launch of Chain's Decentralized Autonomous Organization, DAO, XCN holders have direct access to DAO treasury and governance capabilities on the Chain protocol. XCN will continue to be allocated by Chain's DAO governance, rewarding worthy products, projects, and developers with XCN grants. The XCN token burn signifies the shift toward Chain's decentralized DAO governance. This milestone recognizes both XCN's impact on Web3 development and the innovators who have used it to build on Chain, said Chain CEO Deepak Topliyal. XCN serves as the token holders' vote in the DAO's governance decisions. The launch of Chain governance deemed it necessary to burn tokens as the DAO controls a substantial monetary budget of XCN, and token holders vote on Chain to decide allocations of the treasury. With the Chain reward distribution supply burned, the new Chain token, XCN, supply is now 53,467,098,639 tokens, with the circulating supply unchanged at 23,470,523,779 tokens. Approximately 2 billion tokens are unlocked but not publicly distributed. The current release schedule also remains unchanged. View the schedule and distribution details at chain.com/token. About Chain. Chain is cloud blockchain protocol that enables organizations to build better financial services from the ground up, powered by Sequence, a ledger-as-service product that can be deployed within minutes through the Sequence portal. Learn more at chain.com. What is UnisWap protocol? The Uniswap protocol is an open-source protocol for providing liquidity and trading ERC-20 tokens on Ethereum. It eliminates trusted intermediaries and unnecessary forms of rent extraction, allowing for safe, accessible, and efficient exchange activity. The protocol is non-upgradable and designed to be censorship-resistant. The Uniswap protocol and the Uniswap interface were developed by Uniswap Labs. Check out the introduction section of our docs for more info on the different roles played by Labs, the interface, and the protocol. How do I use the Uniswap protocol? To create a new liquidity pool, provide liquidity, swap tokens, or vote on governance proposals, head over to the Uniswap interface and connect a Web3 wallet. Remember, each transaction on Ethereum costs Ether ETH. For a more detailed walkthrough, check out our help guides. If you're a developer interested in building on top of the Uniswap protocol, please refer to our extensive docs. How does Uniswap protocol work? Uniswap is an automated market maker. In practical terms, it is a collection of smart contracts that define a standard way to create liquidity pools, provide liquidity, and swap assets. Each liquidity pool contains two assets. The pools keep track of aggregate liquidity reserves and the predefined pricing strategies set by liquidity providers. Reserves and prices are updated automatically every time someone trades. There is no central order book, no third-party custody, and no private order matching engine. Because reserves are automatically rebalanced after each trade, a Uniswap pool can always be used to buy or sell a token. Unlike traditional exchanges, traders do not need to match with individual counterparties to complete a trade. How to claim your Uniswap tokens? Have you ever used the Uniswap DEX in the past 2 years before September 1st, 2020? Congratulations! You are eligible for the most rewarding airdrop event in the history of crypto thus far. Uniswap has recently announced the launch of Uniswap governance token UNI, and has set aside a whopping 150 million tokens to all users whose accounts have interacted with the Uniswap DEX smart contract before. Each Ethereum address you've used Uniswap with is eligible to claim at least 400 UNI tokens, more if you were a historical or current liquidity provider (LP) on the DEX. Meaning, if you've used multiple Ethereum address on Uniswap before September 1st, all your addresses are eligible respectively. Here's how to claim your UNI tokens in 4 easy steps. 1. Go to the Uniswap app interface. As always, double-check the URL to ensure you're in the correct website. 2. Connect your Web3 wallet. Typically, most people would use MetaMask. If you need a refresher on MetaMask, feel free to take a read here. 3. Claim your UNI tokens. If your address is eligible for the claim, you should receive a prompt on the Uniswap interface to claim the tokens. Simple click on the link and sign the transaction to receive the token airdrop. Things to take note. Due to the volatility of gas price on Ethereum, it is prudent to set a higher gas fee for your transaction if you want to ensure your transaction gets mined as soon as possible. Bear in mind that if your gas price is too low or that you've set not enough gas limit, your transaction may fail with the entirety of the fee wasted. If you are using MetaMask, you can further increase your gas fee by clicking Edit, Advanced and manually enter the gas price and gas limit. Imagine buying Uniswap's native crypto UNI in December 2020, just before it embarked on a strong rally up until May 2021. Such a chance has presented itself once again courtesy of the latest crypto market crash. UNI recently dropped as low as $3.35 on June 14, pushing into price levels that it previously tested in December 2020. This is the same price level at which UNI traded before it embarked on a robust rally in the first half of 2021. Uniswap leveraged robust growth during this period and became one of the top decentralized exchanges. Can UNI pull off another strong run? Uniswap experienced significant growth since 2020 in terms of utility and trading volumes. It had a total of $3.28 billion in total value locked, and $2.77 billion in daily trading volume at press time. This kind of growth means Uni has strong fundamentals on which one can rely in the long term. Source: info.uniswap.org. Uni's current price action is a reflection of the overall crypto market conditions rather than Uniswap's performance. The current price drop is, therefore, an opportunity for investors to make entries at discounted prices. Uni traded at $3.90 at press time after a roughly 8% uptick from its latest low. Source: TradingView. Uni's slight uptick was fueled by significant accumulation as indicated by MFI after falling into the oversold zone. Its DMI's ADI indicator registered a slight drop in the last 2 days, signifying decreased selling pressure. Uni's oversold nature suggests that the price might be about to experience some more upside. Its on-chain metrics highlight similar observations. For example, its market capitalization metric bottomed out at around $2.5 billion on June 13th. Source: Santiment. The number of Uni's daily active addresses has also grown as prices dropped lower, indicating healthy accumulation. Its daily active addresses metric grew from 462 addresses on June 8 to 993 daily active addresses by June 15th. Uni's network growth metric bottomed out at 145 on June 5, and it grew to 340 by June 15. Uniswap maintains strong growth despite Uni's extended downside. The price drop presents an opportunity for investors to average in at a healthy discount. However, there is still a probability that the price may experience more downside in the future. Almost 2 years after our UniPig proof of concept, we are finally ready to announce the alpha launch of Uniswap v3 on the optimistic Ethereum OZI mainnet. Today's launch marks the first step in the journey for DeFi applications to rival and surpass traditional web user experiences. Optimism's roadmap promises further powerful improvements, including additional scaling, smart wallet EOAs, no EA proofs, pay gas in any token, and decentralization of the transaction sequencing operation. During this alpha period, OZI will support an initial throughput of 0.6 transactions per second. Because Uniswap v3 is currently one of the few protocols deployed to OZI, this should translate to transaction capacity roughly in line with L1. Unlike L1, transactions on OZI confirm instantly, no more pending or stuck swaps. Assuming Uniswap v3 sees equal usage to L1, OZI should offer up to 10x transaction cost savings. Additional demand will drive gas costs higher. For more details, check out Optimism's blog post. Transaction speeds will ramp up over the coming weeks and months as the OZI infrastructure is tested and optimized at scale, with the end goal of scaling to fully meet demand for low-cost, high-speed DEX trading. For more information on how optimistic Ethereum works and its security model, check out this blog post. Launch details. Users can start migrating assets over to the Optimism Ethereum network through the Optimism Gateway. A detailed user guide is available here. Optimism is already compatible with popular wallets, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Etherscan, and the Graph. Analytics can be tracked at info.uniswap.org/$optimism/. Please treat this as an early alpha product. Optimistic Ethereum is a complex Layer 2 scaling solution still in need of rigorous battle testing. At launch, the Optimism team will have upgrade rights over the bridge contract, allowing them to address any bugs that should arise. There are a few more alpha launch features to be aware of. Downtime. There will be downtime, both planned and likely unplanned, during the early days of OZI, during which LPs will not earn trading fees to compensate for price exposure. We will communicate scheduled downtime ahead of time through social media channels. Withdrawal times. Deposits from Ethereum L1 to Optimistic Ethereum are instant. However, until fast withdrawal services are made available, withdrawals from OZI to L1 will take 7 days. What is FRAX protocol, FRAX? The FRAX protocol is the first fractional algorithmic stablecoin system. Frax is open source, permissionless, and entirely on-chain, currently implemented on Ethereum, with possible cross-chain implementations in the future. The end goal of the Frax protocol is to provide a highly scalable, decentralized, algorithmic money in place of fixed supply digital assets like BTC. The protocol incorporates the following concepts. Fractional algorithmic. Frax is a unique stablecoin with parts of its supply backed by collateral and parts of the supply algorithmic. The ratio of collateralized and algorithmic depends on the market's pricing of the FRAX stablecoin. If FRAX is trading at above $1, the protocol decreases the collateral ratio. If FRAX is trading at under $1, the protocol increases the collateral ratio. Decentralized and governance minimized, community-governed, and emphasizing a highly autonomous, algorithmic approach with no active management. Fully on-chain oracles. Frax v1 uses Uniswap, ETH, USDT, USDC time-weighted average prices, and Chainlink, USD price, oracles. 2 tokens. FRAX is the stablecoin targeting a tight band around $1 per coin. Frax shares, FXS, is the governance token which accrues fees, seigniorage revenue, and excess collateral value. Before Frax, stablecoins were divided into 3 different categories: fiat collateralized, over-collateralized with cryptocurrency, and algorithmic with no collateral. Frax is the first kind of decentralized stablecoin to classify itself as fractional algorithmic, ushering in the fourth, and most unique category. How many FRAX and FXS coins are there in circulation? The supply of the FRAX stablecoin is dynamic and always changing to keep the price at $1 due to its fractional algorithmic monetary policy. The supply of the Frax shares, FXS, tokens are hard-capped to 100 million tokens at Genesis with no inflation schedule in the protocol. The FXS token is the governance token which accrues all value of new minted FRAX, fees, and excess collateral. FXS is an investment and governance asset, while FRAX is the currency token. What makes Frax unique? The Frax protocol is a community-driven and unique design stablecoin. Over 60% of the supply of FXS is issued over a number of years to liquidity providers and yield farmers. It is an entirely decentralized protocol with governance on-chain. It is also the first and only stablecoin to incorporate the fractional algorithmic hybrid design at the time of its launch, in November 2020. Who are the founders of the Frax protocol? The Frax protocol is the brainchild of American software developer Sam Kazemian, who came up with the first idea of a fractional algorithmic stablecoin in 2019. The founding team of Frax engineers includes Travis Moore and Jason Wan. Sam Kazemian originally devised the idea when he noticed that stablecoins were growing rapidly, but none had any mixture of algorithmic monetary policy and collateralization. Projects that had purely algorithmic monetary policy had failed or shut down without any significant traction. Frax was designed as an answer to measure the market's confidence in a partly algorithmic and partly collateralized stablecoin. Where can I buy or obtain FRAX and FXS? FRAX, the stablecoin, is available on many major exchanges and DeFi platforms like Uniswap and DEXs. The Frax shares, FXS, tokens are also available and as liquid as the stablecoin. Investors looking to purchase upside and governance rights to the world's first fractional algorithmic stablecoin should buy Frax shares, FXS. Users who want stability by using the world's only fractional algorithmic stablecoin should purchase FRAX. Frax co-founders propose spending $20 million to buy back FXS token. Sam Kazemian and Travis Moore, co-founders of Frax Finance, have published a new governance proposal Wednesday for a $20 million buyback of the protocol's Frax shares, FXS, token. Frax Finance is a fractional algorithmic stablecoin protocol and its stable currency is called FRAX. The stablecoin maintains its US dollar peg via 2 mechanisms: partial collateral backing by USDC, and an algorithm that trades FRAX and FXS. The proposal's authors say the buyback is necessary to reverse the token's price downtrend. FXS is down more than 85% from its all-time high price of $42.80 reached at the start of the year. Today's proposal acknowledged that FXS, like the rest of the crypto market, has lost a lot of its value during the course of the current bear market. Kazemian and Moore, however, countered that Frax's as a stablecoin project is still in a healthy condition. As such, FXS at its current price is the most undervalued asset in the project's treasury. The proposal stated that a buyback of the token is the best use of capital dollar for dollar spent. If passed, the protocol will buy back and burn $20 million worth of FXS. The buyback and burn process will remove those tokens from circulation, leading to a decrease in circulating supply. Sign up for our daily newsletters. Enter email address. Also receive our free weekly data and insights newsletter. By signing up, you agree to our terms of service and privacy policy. Frax is currently trading at $6, up from $4 when the proposal went live. At the current price, a $20 million buyback could remove about 3.37% of the 99.8 million coins in the token's total supply. The buyback will happen via FraxSwap, a decentralized exchange built to process large trades at minimal slippage if the community approves the proposal. The process could take between 3 days or a month to be completed. This latest governance proposal on Frax goes against the recent trend seen in some DeFi protocols where community members are calling for emergency treasury management actions. The block recently reported that a Lido developer proposed the project sell $17 million of Ether from its treasury funds to prepare for the bear market. Other projects like Faye are also looking at plans to liquidate a portion of their treasuries for the same reason. Frax attempts to be the first stablecoin protocol to implement design principles of both to create a highly scalable, trustless, extremely stable, and ideologically pure on-chain money. The Frax protocol is a two-token system encompassing a stablecoin, Frax, FRAX, and a governance token, Frax Shares, FXS. The protocol also has a pool contract which holds USDC collateral. Pools can be added or removed with governance. Although there's no predetermined timeframes for how quickly the amount of collateralization changes, we believe that as FRAX adoption increases, users will be more comfortable with a higher percentage of FRAX supply being stabilized algorithmically, rather than with collateral. The collateral ratio refresh function in the protocol can be called by any user once per hour. The function can change the collateral ratio in steps of 0.25% if the price of FRAX is above or below $1. When FRAX is above $1, the function lowers the collateral ratio by 1 step, and when the price of FRAX is below $1, the function increases the collateral ratio by 1 step. Both refresh rate and step parameters can be adjusted through governance. In a future update of the protocol, they can even be adjusted dynamically using a PID controller design. The price of FRAX, FXS, and collateral are all calculated with a time-weighted average of the Uniswap pair price and the ETH USD Chainlink Oracle. The Chainlink Oracle allows the protocol to get the true price of USD instead of an average of stablecoin pools on Uniswap. This allows FRAX to stay stable against the dollar itself, which would provide greater resiliency, instead of using a weighted average of existing stablecoins only. FRAX stablecoins can be minted by placing the appropriate amount of its constituent parts into the system. At Genesis, FRAX is 100% collateralized, meaning that minting FRAX only requires placing collateral into the minting contract. During the fractional phase, minting FRAX requires placing the appropriate ratio of collateral and burning the ratio of Frax shares, FXS. What is HBR? Hedera is the most used, sustainable, enterprise-grade public network for the decentralized economy that allows individuals and businesses to create powerful decentralized applications, dApps. It is designed to be a fairer, more efficient system that eliminates some of the limitations that older blockchain-based platforms face, such as slow performance and instability. It was funded through an initial coin offering, ICO, in August 2018 and first launched open access to its mainnet just over a year later in September 2019. As part of the ICO, investors were able to purchase the platform's native utility token, HBAR, at the lowest possible pricing. The HBAR token has a dual role within the Hedera public network. First and foremost, HBAR the fuel that powers Hedera services, such as smart contracts, file storage and regular transactions. Second, it's used to help secure the network, since HBAR users can stake their tokens to assist with maintaining the integrity of the platform. Who are the founders of Hedera Hashgraph? Hedera Hashgraph has two founders, Dr. Lehman Baird and Mance Harmon. Dr. Lehman Baird is credited as the inventor of the Hashgraph distributed consensus algorithm, and currently works as Hedera's chief scientist. Prior to founding Hedera Hashgraph, Baird accumulated more than a decade of experience in various computer science and security roles, and previously worked as a senior research scientist at the Academy Center by Cyberspace Research. He also holds the position of co-founder and CTO at Swirlds Incorporated, a platform for building dApps. On the other hand, Mance Harmon is Hedera's CEO and an experienced technology executive and seasoned entrepreneur. Harmon has around 2 decades of experience holding executive roles at prominent firms, many of which are in the IT security industry. Like Dr. Lehman Baird, Mance Harmon also holds a second position at Swirlds Incorporated as its co-founder and CEO. In addition to the founders, the Hedera leadership team also comprises more than a dozen individuals, many of which have had distinguished careers. What makes Hedera Hashgraph unique? Unlike most other cryptocurrency platforms, Hedera Hashgraph isn't built on top of a conventional blockchain. Instead, it introduces a completely novel type of distributed ledger technology known as a hashgraph. This technology allows it to improve upon many blockchain-based alternatives in several key areas, including speed, cost, and scalability. Hedera transactions have an average transaction fee of just $0.0001 USD, and typically reach finality in under 5 seconds. Overall, Hedera Hashgraph claims it can handle more than 10,000 transactions per second to TPS, compared to the around 5 to 20 for most popular proof-of-work, POW-based blockchains. The platform offers several major network services. These include a token service that allows users to easily configure and mint both fungible and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, on Hedera with just a few lines of code. A consensus service that acts as a layer of trust for any application or network that needs a secure, verifiable log of events. Smart contract tools that let developers build powerful and efficient decentralized applications. Decentralized file storage services with features include proof of deletion, controlled mutability, and time-based file expiry. How many Hedera Hashgraph (HBR) coins are there in circulation? The Hedera Hashgraph token, HBR, has a maximum total supply of 50 billion units. Out of this, almost 7 billion were in circulation as of January 2021, equivalent to around 14% of the total supply. Hedera publishes regular reports detailing when the next wave of HBR tokens will be unlocked. These reports can be viewed here. According to Hedera's resources, the two project founders each have a coin grant of 2 billion bars, equivalent to 4% of the total supply each. These tokens are vested over a 6-year period. Other senior executives at Hedera that joined prior to 2018 have coin grants of between 250 million and 300 million coins. These tokens are vested over a period that ends in December 2021. According to Hedera's economics white paper, published June 2020, around 17.03 billion HBAR is estimated to be in circulation by 2025, equivalent to 34% of the total supply. How is the Hedera hashgraph network secured? Hedera hashgraph uses a novel consensus system known as hashgraph consensus to keep its network secure. This uses a rotating governing council consisting of up to 39 highly diversified organizations that span across up to 11 different industries. These are involved with directing the Hedera codebase, voting on platform decisions, and operating the initial nodes on the Hedera public network. Hedera uses a novel form of proof of stake, POS, which allows HBAR users to stake their resources to help protect the network. Right now, all Hedera nodes are managed by either Hedera itself or the governing council members, but there are plans to switch to a permissionless system in the future. Overall, Hedera's security setup ensures it achieves asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance (ABFT), meaning it can guarantee both the timing and order of a set of transactions, even if some data is delayed or lost. Introduction. Public distributed ledger technologies offer the opportunity for a complete overhaul and advancement of the web never before possible, enabling trusted and secure value creation and transfer, ownership of data, and identity management. Hedera Hashgraph, LLC, Hedera, believes that complete decentralization is paramount for the efficacy of a public distributed ledger's adoption by businesses, individuals, universities, governments, nonprofit organizations, and more. And that the path towards complete decentralization of a public network is methodical. Decentralization of consensus and reaching permissionless network nodes is one of the 4 parts of that complete path. The other 3 are decentralization of governance, development of the codebase, not yet available, and the application ecosystem, not yet available. Any stakeholder participating in a public network, including its node participants, application developers, and end users, requires the network nodes to be in a fully permissionless state to realize the primary benefit of public distributed ledger technologies: trust between parties who may not know or trust each other. This white paper defines decentralization requirements when it comes to nodes on the Hedera network and describes how Hedera will further continue progressing along its path to meet them. DECENTRALLZATION of consensus. The path to permissionless. Hedera Hashgraph is a proof-of-stake network that aims to use permissionless nodes and a widespread coin distribution to ensure the network's security while working to achieve complete decentralization. The goal of becoming a permissionless network is to allow any business or individual to anonymously deploy a Hedera mainnet consensus node and earn bars. Node operators are compensated for their bandwidth, storage, and compute used to validate transactions on the Hedera network. This is the truest form of decentralized consensus that can be achieved by a public network. Widespread coin distribution ensures decentralized ownership of bars, the Hedera network's native cryptocurrency, so no attacker or group of attackers can amass control over 1/3 of the coins, which may result in network disruption. Throughout this section, we'll focus on permissionless nodes and coin distribution, including their roles in further progressing towards and maintaining decentralization. Understanding decentralization of Hedera, decentralization of consensus. Hedera believes that complete decentralization is paramount for the efficacy of a public distributed ledger's adoption by businesses, individuals, universities, governments, nonprofit organizations, and more. Decentralization of consensus and reaching permissionless network nodes is one of the 4 parts of that complete path. This white paper defines decentralization requirements when it comes to nodes on the Hedera network, and describes how Hedera will further continue progressing along its path to meet them. What is Flow is a fast, decentralized, and developer-friendly blockchain designed as the foundation for a new generation of games, apps, and the digital assets that power them. Flow is the only Layer 1 blockchain originally created by a team that has consistently delivered great consumer blockchain experiences. CryptoKitties, Dapper Wallet, NBA Top Shot. Flow Token. The Flow token on Flow is the native currency for the Flow network and the keystone for a new, inclusive, and borderless digital economy. If Flow is the digital infrastructure, Flow token is the fuel that powers the network. Flow is the currency required for the network and all the applications on top of it to function. Flow is designed as a payment method as well as a long-term reserve asset for the entire Flow economy. The token is used by validators, developers, and users to participate in the Flow network and earn rewards. It is also used for fees and to participate in future protocol governance. The Flow ecosystem. Flow is a blockchain designed from the ground up for mainstream adoption and is the only blockchain that builds usability improvements into the protocol layer. Top developers and some of the world's largest brands are already building on Flow, enabling completely new experiences with top-tier content. Flow has a rich ecosystem comprised of top entertainment brands, development studios, and venture-backed startups. Flow ecosystem partners include global IP brands like Warner Music, Ubisoft, NBA, and UFC, leading game developers, including Animoca brands, Sumo Digital and Enway, leaders in crypto, such as Circle and Binance, as well as several noteworthy projects among the next generation of high-growth startups, including OpenSea. What makes Flow unique? Learning from and improving upon existing solutions, Flow provides multi-role architecture. Flow's design is one of a kind, allowing the network to scale to serve billions of users without sharding or reducing decentralization of consensus. Resource-oriented programming. Smart contracts on Flow are written in Cadence, an easy and safe programming language for crypto assets and apps. Developer ergonomics. From upgradable smart contracts to the Flow emulator, this network is designed for those who want to build valuable products for the community. Consumer onboarding. Flow was designed for mainstream consumers, with payment on-ramps enabling a safe and low-friction path from fiat currencies to crypto. Flow's creators. Dapper Labs was the original creator behind Flow blockchain as well as CryptoKitties, Dapper, and NBA Top Shot. Founded in 2018, Dapper Labs uses blockchain technology to bring new forms of digital engagement to users around the world. Blockchain-enabled applications can bring fans closer with the brands they love, give people a real stake in the communities they contribute to, and create new ways for consumers to become creators themselves. Publicly announced Dapper Labs partners include the NBA and NBPA, Warner Music Group, and UFC. Notable investors in Dapper Labs include Andreessen Horowitz, Union Square Ventures, Venrock, Google Ventures, Samsung, and the founders of DreamWorks, Reddit, Coinbase, Zynga, and AngelList, among others. Flow is a fast, decentralized, and developer-friendly blockchain designed as the foundation for a new generation of games, apps, and the digital assets that power them. It is based on a unique, multi-role architecture and designed to scale without sharding, allowing for massive improvements in speed and throughput while preserving a developer-friendly, ACID-compliant environment. What is Cadence? Cadence is a new smart contract programming language for use on the Flow blockchain. Cadence introduces new features to smart contract programming that help developers ensure that their code is safe, secure, clear, and approachable. Some of these features are type safety and a strong static type system. Resource-oriented programming, a new paradigm that pairs linear types with object capabilities to create a secure and declarative model for digital ownership, by ensuring that resources and their associated assets can only exist in one location at a time, cannot be copied, and cannot be accidentally lost or deleted. Built-in preconditions and postconditions for functions and transactions. The utilization of capability-based security. which enforces access control by requiring that access to objects is restricted to only the owner and those who have a valid reference to the object. Please see the Cadence introduction for more information about the high-level design of the language. What is the Flow Developer Playground? The Flow Playground includes an in-browser editor and emulator to experiment with Flow. Using the Flow Playground, you can write Cadence smart contracts, deploy them to a local Flow emulated blockchain, and submit transactions. The Flow Playground should be compatible with any standard web browser, but we recommend that you use Google Chrome with it, because it has been tested and optimized for only the Chrome browser so far. Getting to know the Playground. The Playground contains everything you need to get familiar with deploying Cadence smart contracts and interacting with transaction and scripts. The Playground comes preloaded with contract and transaction templates that correspond to each of the tutorials in the docs site. To load the contracts from a specific tutorial, click the Examples link at the top of the Playground. This opens up a menu with each tutorial. When you click on one of these links, the tutorial will open in a new tab and the contracts, transactions, and scripts will be loaded into the templates in the Playground for you to use. Accounts and contracts. The Accounts section on the left side of the screen is where the active accounts are listed and selected. An account can have a smart contract deployed to it, which will be covered later. You can click on an Account tab to view the contract that is associated with that account in the main editor. When you have Cadence code open in the account editor that contains a contract, you can click the Deploy button in the top right of the screen to deploy that contract to the currently selected account. Deploy contract. After a few seconds, you should see a message in the console confirming that the contract was deployed. You should also see the name of the contract show up in the tab for that account, indicating the account now has that contract deployed to it. You can also select transactions and scripts from the left selection menu and submit them to interact with your deployed smart contracts, which will be covered in the Hello World tutorial. This is just a small set of the things you can do with the Playground. If you would like a more detailed explanation of the different Playground features, look at the Playground manual. Resources. Each tutorial in this package uses several files containing transactions, contracts, and scripts. All the code you need will be provided in the text of the tutorials for you to copy and paste, or you can use the pre-generated tutorial setups in the Playground. Getting started. As always, the best place to start is with the official documentation. There you will find links to official tutorials, guides and walkthroughs, as well language references for Cadence, Flow Client Library, Flow CLI, and some SDKs. You can also check out the Flow GitHub, which contains a wealth of code from which you can learn. Finally, feel free to join the official Flow Discord server and Flow forum, where you can hang out and ask questions to the Flow community, one of the best online communities that you will find. Video walkthrough. Below is a video walkthrough covering the contents of this tutorial. You are welcome to watch or skip the video walkthrough depending on your style of learning. Introduction. FCL.js is the easiest way to start building decentralized applications. FCL, aka Flow Client Library, wraps much of the logic you'd have to write yourself on other blockchains. Follow this quick start and you'll have a solid overview of how to build a shippable dApp on Flow. We're going to make an assumption that you know or understand React. However, the concepts should be easy to understand and transfer to another framework. While this tutorial will make use of Cadence, Flow's smart contract language, you do not need to know it. Instead, we recommend later diving into learning the Cadence language once you've gotten the core FCL concepts down. In this tutorial, we are going to interact with an existing smart contract on Flow's testnet known as the profile contract. Using this contract, we will create a new profile and edit the profile information, both via a wallet. In order to do this, the FCL concepts we'll cover are: currently, Cadence is an interpreted language, as opposed to a compiled language. This means that there is no Cadence assembly, bytecode, compiler, or Cadence VM. What is USD, TUSD? TrueUSD is a US dollar stablecoin pegged to USD at 1:1. First launched to a limited investor base in January 2018, TrueUSD has since grown to incorporate almost $400 million of backed tokens as of October 2020. TrueUSD is one of a number of cryptocurrency stablecoins administered by Trust Token, a platform for tokenizing real-world assets. As with other stablecoins, TrueUSD aims to facilitate increased liquidity and provide cryptocurrency traders and general users with a non-volatile asset relative to free-floating tokens such as Bitcoin, BTC. As of October 2020, TUSD is the 38th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Who are the founders of TrueUSD? TrueUSD is a stablecoin launched by parent company Trust Token, whose co-founder and CEO is Raphael Kosman. Kosman has a lifelong attachment to cryptography, studying it along with artificial intelligence (AI), before working at both Google Brain and software company Palantir. He left Google to create Trust Token in 2017. Kosman has stated that TrueUSD was always just the start of Trust Token's product line, involving relatively little work in return for creating a high-impact asset. At the time of launch, he noted that regular auditing of the stablecoin formed an important focus for the company, giving investors peace of mind at a time when many crypto assets were seeing heavy volatility in the wake of the initial coin offering, ICO, a phenomenon. What makes TrueUSD unique? TrueUSD aims to balance stability and utility, the main use cases of any stablecoin, with security in the form of regular attestations. From its launch onwards, parent company Trust Token has sought to underscore the importance of independent verification of the stablecoin's provenance. As such, the stablecoin's appeal is geared towards larger investors looking to reduce risk, in addition to smaller private traders. Trust Token describes TUSD as the first regulated stablecoin fully backed by the US dollar. TrueUSD is part of an ever-expanding stablecoin market, which now includes a large number of USD-backed assets. Tether, USDT, remains by far the largest, with a market cap of $15 billion as of October 2020, compared to TUSD's $382 million. Trust Token has entered various corporate partnerships as part of its business activities, including options for TUSD holders to increase annualized passive income returns. Related pages. Learn more about Tether here. Learn more about USD Coin here. New to cryptocurrency? Find all the information you need with Alexandria, CoinMarketCap's dedicated education resource. How many TrueUSD, TUSD, coins are there in circulation? There was around 381.9 million TUSD in circulation as of October 2020. Given its status as a stablecoin, the supply is uncapped, and will continue to expand according to demand. There are two incarnations of TUSD available, an ERC20 token on Ethereum and another, also known as TUSDB, a BEP2 token on Binance Chain. TrueUSD's equivalent redeemability for USD is maintained via partnerships with banks and fiduciary entities. How is the TrueUSD network secured? Trust Token aims to deliver maximum transparency using tools such as real-time auditing of TUSD's backing and reliability. Beyond trusting the validity of its USD peg, any security issues relate to those which affect all ERC20 standard tokens. Transactions, for example, can suffer from abnormally high fees if gas prices on the Ethereum blockchain spike.